Welcome back. This is Tom, and this is Tom's Real Room Show, and you're looking at my little handy-dandy little emergency lanterns that we've been testing. The last test I did offline was a light. I call it a life test. It's where I fully charged both of these lanterns using a USB cable, and I left them charging overnight, and then I turned them on bright and let them discharge, and this is the results I got. To start with, the orange one was considerably dimmer than the silver one, and as I pointed out before in the paperwork, it says that this one at max lumens should be 50% brighter as far as the lumens is concerned. But it appeared from that test, this one was actually brighter. It's very empirical, and it's hard to really determine that kind of condition. But anyway, but it lasted for about an hour and 10 minutes. And then it got so dim that it was still on, but it was not usable. The silver one at an hour and 30 minutes was still pretty bright. Usable brightness, pretty bright. At 2 hours and 30 minutes, this one was also too dim to use. This one was still had some light, very dim, and this one was very dim. So this one lasted about 2.5 hours. This one lasted about an hour. Again, at full brightness. I had full brightness continuously on. So that's kind of the test results of what I consider the life test. It wasn't really a life test, but anyway. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my Dyno test, where I crank the lights, I crank it for 1 minute, rest for a minute, crank for another minute, and so on. So I'm going to do that kind of quickly. Maybe I won't rest for a minute because I want to get this video completed. So we'll turn it on. I'll show you that these, unless they've recovered on their own a little bit. Yeah, there's no light at all now. This one's completely dim. This one completely dim. So there's no light at all. I'll turn some of my lights off so it shows up a little better. And let's see, do I dare turn this one off? Yeah, camera still picks it up. I do have one light on across the room. So we're going to take this guy, and we're going to pull out this guy here, and we're going to crank it, and I need to get my timer here. Let me reset it. And I can probably turn the light back on, one of the lights back on for this part. Okay, so here we go. I need another hand. So we're going to start with the silver one, the bigger one, and we're going to crank for a minute. Kind of a constant speed. And I probably should have closed it down. It would have been easier to hold, because these are hard to crank. Okay, there's 25 seconds. 30 seconds. I don't know if I'm going to make it because I'm struggling with holding this thing. I should have closed it down, like I said. 40 seconds. 45 seconds. Gosh, is this exciting or what? Okay, 1 minute. For me, these are really tough to crank. Okay, I'm gonna wait. I was gonna wait for a minute, but I'm trying to get this video done. Let me close this down. There, now I can grip it a lot better. So I'm going to reset the timer, and I need to I need to keep track of how many times I do this. So let me get a little piece of paper here. So that's one. Oh my God, that's only one. I got to do 4 more of these. So that's one. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start now. Should be a little easier. Yeah, that's a lot easier. These are hard to crank. All these types, even radios. If it's a good dyno, it's really got a lot of resistance. I don't know if I'll get through this test or not. This old man's arms are pretty weak. There's 30 seconds. You can now see why I only crank for a minute at a time. 40 seconds. Well, this will be my exercise for today. 50 seconds. One minute. Okay, so that's 2 minutes. Ooh, we'll definitely rest now. I'm going to be curious to see if this one's harder to crank. Since it is smaller, maybe it's easier to crank. Oh, I gotta try to get some blood back in my arms. Okay, let's stop, reset, go. We do this for a total of 5 times on each light. One thing I worry about on these things, even on some of the radios that have these cranks, is the cranks are kind of low quality plastic, and I just wonder how long they're going to last before you break them. So you got to be pretty careful. They're up to 40 seconds. Shoulders giving out. 50 seconds. The things I do for you guys is unbelievable. And 60 seconds. Okay, so that's 3. That's 3. We gotta do 2 more on this one and 5 on the other one, and my arms are killing me. I'm gonna take the full minute to rest here on this one. And of course, what we originally talked about is which one matches which price. And the 635, of course, was a super sale. I don't know if it's still going on or not, but I suspect it is. I did, per request by one of my subscribers, I did put these in my Amazon store. So you can get these through my Amazon store. And by doing that, you support my shows, because I take my credits that I get from Amazon and I buy things like this and radios. Sometimes it takes me a long time to accumulate enough money to buy a radio. Okay, there's a minute past. Let's stop, clear, start, and go. We'll have to add a couple of minutes because it took me a while to start. This is number 4 of the 5. Oh, now I gotta sneeze. I think one of these were advertised, if you cranked for 10 minutes, you get an hour of use. I could not crank for 10 minutes unless I did this off and on cranking. 40 seconds. Oh, maybe we'll have to do another show to test the other one. I hope the other one cranks easier. Okay, whoa, man. You get that chemical reaction in your joints when you stress your muscles like that. It gets to you. Okay, so that's number 4. We got one more to go on this one. Whoa. I should have done this test offline so you didn't see all the pain and suffering. Oh my gosh. I hope this is recording okay. I would hate to have to record this show over again. Okay, we got one more on this. And what we'll do is once we finish the 5th crank, is we just turn it on real quick to see if it is illuminating. Which I hope it is, my gosh. Okay, let's go for number 5. And it's got a light there that comes on when it's charging via the crank and or the USB port. Oh, I'm glad this is the last one on this one. Okay, there's 30 seconds. And my kitten's down on the floor looking at me like, what the heck are you doing up there? Hey, Annie. "45 seconds. Oh, come on, hang in there, baby. 50 seconds. Oh, where's the Advil? Okay, so that one's charged. Hey, Danny, don't chew on the wires. Please, don't chew on the wires, Annie. Annie, no. Stand by while I put the cat out. Come on, Annie. Come on, girl. No. Okay, now that we got the kitten out of the room. Oh, okay. Now let's just pull this one apart. And see if it comes on at all just for a second here. Let's turn the lights back down. Hold on. And let's see how bright it is. Whoa, it's pretty bright. Okay, let's turn it off. Whoop. Oh, that's the highest setting. Okay, we'll turn it off real quick. Because what I'll do is, once I get, or if I get this one charged by cranking, then I'll stop the video and turn the lights on full brightness and let them run down and see how long they last. That's with a 5-minute charge cycle, charging for a minute and then resting. So we'll see how much 5 minutes gives us. So I hope this one cranks a lot easier. Here we go. We turn the light back on. Okay. And we'll reset the timer. And we got to do this for 5 minutes. Well, I could not do it continuous 5 minutes, that's for sure. Okay. Whoop. This has got a much shorter handle. Of course, it's much smaller. Oh, well, I'll tell you about something. Oh my gosh, this one has really got a lot of resistance. I don't think I'm going to make it. This has got a lot of resistance. And the handle is small, so it's a little hard to get hold of. Plus, it doesn't give you a long lever arm. So, therefore, appears to be harder to crank. Oh, yeah, you're going to have to get somebody that's nice and strong to crank this for you. If you're an old man like me, you're out of luck. I don't think I'm going to get through 1 minute. Boy, I'm going to be sore tomorrow. Okay. Oh my gosh, does that one have a lot of resistance. Okay, I'm shaking. It took so much out of me. So that's 1 out of 5. And what I was going to show you that I didn't mention before is this has a handle also like that. So it hangs upside down like that. So I forgot to mention that before. Oh my gosh, whoops, I just kicked the camera. Stop, reset. I'm going to rest for a second. Man, okay, ooh, I'm going to get some blood back in my hands. Man, I may get a bruise on that finger. That thing has a lot of resistance. Plus, like I say, the handle here is pretty short. Again, I'm a little concerned about this not the highest quality plastic, since this has so much resistance that you could break that off. You have to be a little careful. Okay, we're going to go for two minutes, or another minute. Again, this has a light to tell you that you're charging. A little red LED. Maybe I'll get my power drill to charge this. Yeah, this has a lot of resistance. I know I have one radio, it's a cheap radio, that has a crank charger like this, and the resistance is really low. And consequently, it doesn't charge very well. So I think the amount of resistance is an indication of how much it's charged. Possibly. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm actually just babbling so I don't think about the fact this is hard to do. Okay, there's 2 minutes out of 5. Oh gosh. Ooh. I could have a heart attack right here on while I'm doing this video. I sure have worked up a sweat. And yeah, see this, I don't know if I show up too well, but the handle, whoa, yeah, we almost ended the test right there. The handle on the bigger one is a bigger handle, and therefore it gives you more leverage. At least that's my theory. Okay, reset this guy. Oh, it's running, so I can get started here. Yeah, I lost 5 seconds there. Okay, this is number 3. Lots of resistance. Really heavy resistance. I may have to cut this down to a 3-minute test in the future. 35 seconds, plus I got to add about 5 seconds because I started late. "45 seconds. Okay, there's 60, plus we'll give it 5 more seconds because I started late. Okay. 2 more of those. Oh, I noticed a little bit of the plastic wearing off there. That's interesting. Okay, so that's number 3. 2 more to go. I'm just going to barely make it. Yeah, I noticed the little bit of the pink, the orange plastic down under here is worn down a little bit. Probably because I centered, I wasn't doing it straight, so I could have been rubbing. Okay, we'll reset the timer. How do I do that? Oh yeah, here we go. 2 more. If I had 1 more, I could probably make it. 2 more. My hands reset here. 2 more minutes. Here we go. Don't have a warm feeling this plastic handle is going to hold up. I don't know how many foot-pounds of force I'm putting on this, but it feels like a lot. So I'm trying to keep it as square as possible so I don't put any side stress on it. Oh my gosh, I hope this video is recording. I'll have to get somebody else to do this if I have to do this over. Okay. 45 seconds. $55 seconds. No, 60 seconds. One more. Let me just set that down. One more. Wow. Wearing a mark on my finger. So at this point, have you figured out which price is which? After I do the off-camera test of how much these got charged up, then I'll I will reveal the prices. Okay, gonna go for one more, and then there's charges they're gonna get for this test. I got a new contest. See if I survive this test. Okay, here we go. 60 seconds. $30 seconds to go. $15 seconds to go. We're grinding away more of the plastic, I see. I tried to maintain the same RPMs on the two of them, but this one may be I went a little slower because there was so much resistance, and I got more plastic. And I'm sure you can't see it, but I've got the little granular pieces of plastic that I'm trying to figure out where it might be wearing away. I'm not sure, but it's definitely wearing the plastic away very minutely, and maybe it's just because it fits a little tight in there and it's just wearing it away, and maybe once it stops rubbing, it'll stop doing that. So anyway, we're done. We've got everything charged up, and let's just do a quick lamp test of this one. You open it up, I have enough energy left, and we'll just see if it comes on. Yes, and it does. Bright, nice and bright. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my watch, my timer on my watch, reset it, and we'll turn these two lights on, and we'll see how long they last with that 5 minutes of charging on each one. Here we go. Put it on bright and bright. Whoops, button's over here. Okay, now this one, right now, let me turn the light off for a second. As advertised, this one is brighter. This is advertised to have 50% more lumens than this one at max setting, and it is brighter. But as from the previous test, which was what I call a life test, this one went dim after an hour and 10 minutes. This one lasted about 2.5 hours. So maybe that has something to do with the illumination and the power draw. So we'll let these lights run for a while and see how long they last with that 5 minutes of cranking. Okay, that's the show for today. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.